Hey, Julia. Have you given some thought to us living together? I'm still in good health now, but it's been 3 years since my husband passed away. Considering the future, I think it might be good to start living together sooner rather than later.
Good evening. About that living situation. To be frank, at this point, adding one more person to our home is going to be quite tough.
What?
I heard from Hans that you recently quit your part-time job. If you wish to live with us, one condition is that you'll have to find a new job.
Why should I have to work just to live with my own son and his wife? You too! Having the nerve to say such things while being supported by Hans.
I'm working as well.
What can a mere part-timer say?
No, I'm full-time.
And besides, the reason I quit my job was with the premise of living with you.
Eh.
It would take me an hour just to get to my part-time job from your place. So, I had no choice but to quit, right?
There might have been other ways, like getting transferred to a sister store or something.
Enough. The living together is decided. Living in your current one-bedroom apartment won't work for 3 people, so you need to buy a house or a condo right away. Or lease a larger rental property and move in as soon as possible.
Please don't make decisions on your own.
It has to be at least a 3-bedroom house.
We didn't agree to live together.
I will not accept any objections. I'll discuss it further with Hans, so start organizing your stuff.
This is too arbitrary. Mother, did you send a resignation notice to my workplace?
Oh, they received it.
So it was you. Why would you do something like that?
Now, you have no choice but to live with me.
No, that resignation notice is invalid.
What?
Of course it is. It's obvious it wasn't submitted by me. By the way, do you understand what would happen if I really did resign?
There's no need to rush. You can find another job once we move. Becoming a full-time employee might be a bit difficult, but you can easily find part-time jobs.
How can you be so laid back? Do you think we have that kind of savings?
What?
I've told Hans numerous times, instead of not considering earning more than he is now. I want him to think about the future and focus on his work. If you want to live with us, that's the starting point.
Julia, were you such a spendthrift?
What?
You should be able to live comfortably with Hans's income, and yet you're still not satisfied.
Do you know how much Hans earns?
Of course, I do. I heard it directly from him.
Do you really believe that we could quit our jobs and live comfortably with that amount?
Yes, of course. Especially if you get rid of your spending habits.
I've been nothing but frugal.
With Hans's income, I can't imagine why you'd need to save.
Mother. Is there some misunderstanding here? Are you sure about Hans's income?
I told you I heard it from him.
Are you sure you're financially savvy?
That's you who should be asking that.
I believe I have a perfectly sound understanding of money.
Good heavens. Your imprudence. I'm going to have a serious talk with Hans.
By the way, Hans is always at your house, isn't he?
Yes, I'm keeping him here.
Why won't he respond to any of my messages?
To keep you out of the living arrangement discussions.
Don't just decide things without me.
If we respected your opinions, we'd never make any progress. I'll contact you once everything about the living arrangement is decided.
That's not acceptable.
Once we start living together, get ready for some wife training.
Hey sis, long time no see. Got a minute?
Oh, Rick. It's been a while. What's up?
I'm currently planning to return home temporarily from my assignment.
Oh, really?
Well, someone broke into my house.
What? What are you saying?
Well, I was planning to do some maintenance on my house this weekend. It seems like someone has moved in.
What? You have to call the police.
Yeah, I was going to. But when I asked the neighbors, they said they were greeted with a "we've just moved in a week ago." And they identified themselves with your husband's and mother-in-law's names.
What?
I didn't believe it. I thought I should check with you, who holds the spare key to my house, before reporting it. Do you have any idea?
Just a moment. Sorry, we might have been tricked.
What happened?
The key I had in the safe is missing. The only ones who know the combination to the safe are Hans and me, so he might have taken it.
Why would this happen?
Actually, my mother-in-law has been pushing for living together. When I said that she would need to continue working as a condition of cohabitation, she said she already quit her part-time job, and if we live together, there's no need for her to work.
What? Currently, you are barely making ends meet working full-time. And now, the jobless mother-in-law is thinking of moving in.
I tried to explain this situation, but it seems like there's some fundamental misunderstanding. Crucially, Hans keeps going to his mom's house and ignoring my messages. We've been unable to communicate effectively for a while now.
I see. So in essence, they're trying to coerce my stubborn sister into agreeing to live with them. And for reasons unknown, they've set their sights on my house as the place to move into. It feels like they're taking advantage of the fact that I, the rightful homeowner, am currently away on a 3-year assignment at a regional branch.
That's probably what's happening. I'm sorry, Rick. I never thought they'd target the house you purchased.
It's not your fault. So, what should I do next?
Where are you right now, Rick?
At a friend's house. I've secured a place to unwind, so I'm all right.
Got it. I'll try reaching out to the mother-in-law. Depending on her response, we may have to prepare for the worst-case scenario. Mother. It appears you've moved. Where to?
Oh, Julia. I was just about to contact you.
Is it correct to assume that Hans has accompanied you to your new place?
Yes. You're too unreasonable and stubborn. I decided to discipline you before living together.
I don't recall doing anything warranting such discipline.
Are you still insisting on that? If you continue to be self-centered, you may have to consider divorce.
I don't remember doing anything to warrant a divorce.
Enough is enough. And Hans, who's been taking care of you?
Oh, so you're suggesting that I'm the one being taken care of?
Indeed. A wife who can't appreciate her husband earning $7,000 per month is unnecessary.
What? $7,000?
If you don't like it, apologize sincerely and agree to live together. Of course, I'll let you know our new address afterwards. If you bow down and agree to live together, I'll tell you where we moved.
Demanding a bow via messaging. Are you seriously expecting me to send a picture of me bowing down?
Yes, That would be perfect.
I refuse.
What?
I have no reason to do that.
Julia, you're truly stubborn. Are you okay with Hans divorcing you?
Yes. I'm tired, it's fine.
What?
It's okay to divorce a husband who brings home $700 a month.
What? $700?
Yes. Hans's monthly salary, after tax, is $700. He's just a part-timer after all.
Wait a minute. Out of the blue, Hans's monthly salary is $7,000.
Where did that number come from?
I got it from Hans himself. When I asked about his monthly income, he showed the number 7 with his fingers.
So, he didn't verbally say $7,000.
Ha!
Maybe you misinterpreted the 7 as $7,000 because $700 seems implausible. But the fact remains that Hans's take-home pay is $700. And to stir up such a fuss over this, I don't need such a husband anymore.
Oh, really? I don't need a lying wife either.
Well then, let's go ahead and divorce. In fact, we're getting divorced.
Sure, go ahead. And then Hans and I will live happily ever after in this 4-bedroom house that Hans bought for us.
No. That house will be returned to its rightful owner.
Ha! Returned? The real owner? Julia! What the hell is going on? Your brother just came here and told us to get out.
Ah, so he came, huh?
What's all this about?
That house was bought by my younger brother, Rick.
Ha!
Rick had a dream to own his own home from a young age, and worked part-time jobs hard since his student days. He bought his own home at 26, even though he was still single. The house you and Hans moved into without permission, that's the one.
What are you talking about?
Unfortunately, when Rick was finally ready to move in, he was suddenly relocated to a regional office for 3 years. During his absence, I was holding on to the spare key as I live in the neighboring town. But it seems that Hans has taken the spare key. I don't know what you heard from Hans, but from my brother's perspective, who is the real homeowner, when he came home for maintenance, like mowing the lawn or cleaning the house, someone else was living there. It's only natural he would ask you to leave.
What am I supposed to do?
Why don't you just leave quietly? It's clear that running away or refusing to leave won't end well.
Well then, you tell your brother to give this house to Hans and me immediately.
Huh?
As bride's brother, he should listen to what the married family says.
What you're saying is outrageous. Hans and I are no longer a married couple.
Ha!
I just submitted it to the city hall a little while ago. The divorce papers.
Ha! But Hans hasn't filled it out yet.
No, he already filled it out a while ago.
What do you mean?
Hans quit his job at his company without consulting me 6 months ago. Oh well, what's done is done. He quit his job, so for a while, I decided to work full-time. During that period, I expected him to diligently search for a job while taking on part-time and day labor jobs. However, there was no sign of job hunting even after a month had passed. He'd occasionally take on a short-term job or a day labor, and the rest of the time he'd just laze around. Seeing this, I made him sign the divorce papers with a promise that if you couldn't secure a job in the next 5 months, we would divorce. The deadline passed, and regrettably, we ended up divorcing.
So, the story about Hans only making $700 per month. That's true?
Why don't you ask Hans himself directly? I'm divorced now, so I have no interest in meddling with your financial affairs anymore.
Well,
By the way, it seems like my brother has reported you to the police.
police.
Of course. You were squatting in someone else's house. Please leave my brother's house as soon as possible. That's all I want to say.
Julia.
Excuse me.
Hey sis, how's everything since then?
Good. I found a place to move and started packing.
Oh, I see.
By the way, what are you going to do with that house? It's got a stain on it even before you could actually live in it.
Oh right. That's why I wanted to contact you. The value of the property in that area has surged, and I can sell the house for almost the same amount I paid for it.
Really?
Considering the inconvenience fee or say, consolation money I got, I'll look for a better property once my job transfer period is over.
Well, as long as you're not at a loss, that's good.
Yeah, really. You're starting over from scratch too, sis, but hang in there.
Thanks.
I'll catch you later. I'll come visit your new place once the busy season at work is over.
Sure. See you then. After that text, my mother-in-law and Hans were taken away by the police. And her uncle, who came to pick them up from the countryside, took them back with him. Apparently, my mother-in-law was lied to by Hans that I bought the house. And since she misunderstood his monthly income of $700 as $7,000, they had a huge fight every day. Her furious uncle hit Hans with a "get a job" fist, and he finally started looking for one. Thanks to that, peace returned to my surroundings. Moreover, I was offered a full-time position from the place where I had been working full-time, which allowed me to start a stable life after divorce. As a side note, my former mother-in-law caused a ruckus at my old apartment just before I moved, and the landlord claimed damages from her. But that's a story for another time.
Lucy, are you there?
Yes, good morning, Jane.
What are you up to?
I'm stepping out in an hour to see the cake vendor. I also have a meeting with the wedding planner later this evening.
You seem pretty busy.
Well, just a bit, but I can't be too busy that I won't have time for you. What's up?
Nothing much. The wedding day is almost here. Just checking in to know how you feel. Nervous? Excited?
I am over the moon. I love your son so much, and he treats me like a queen. I believe such a miracle happens only once in a lifetime. I am actually having the time of my life.
Of course. I can see that. It feels like you won a lottery, yeah? That's how people feel when they don't work hard to get something.
Lottery? That sounds a bit sarcastic. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
What if you are not?
You seem cranky. Is there a problem?
Should there be a problem?
Something just feels off. Did I do something wrong? Or was it something I said?
Is this some sort of interrogation?
It's not, Jane. I just want to know what is going on, that's all.
Your senseless questions are getting on my nerves. That's what is going on.
OMG, where is all this coming from?
Another question? Yeah, I knew it. You are just as stubborn as I thought.
I didn't mean to upset you. My apologies. Jane? Babe? Babe, talk to me.
Hey, sweetie, sorry for the delay. I didn't have my phone. What's up? Did something come up with wedding arrangements?
Nothing is wrong on that end, but there is actually a bigger problem, and it's your mom.
My mom? What did she do this time around?
She was acting really weird and cranky this morning. It seemed like she was mad at me, but she won't say why. I'm so worried. Gosh, I haven't been myself all day. Has she been acting a little differently at home?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you this earlier, but she's actually been out of character lately. When I returned from work today, she was looking sour.
Come on, Alex. Your mother is always sour.
No, babe, it's different this time. I've actually never seen that scary look on her face. She went out to dinner and came back looking even worse. Then she locked herself in a room ever since, and she won't let me in.
Geez, that's serious. Do you think this is about the wedding? Maybe she is having cold feet?
What? No, Lucy, you know my mom adores you.
Adores me? That's not true, and you know it. She has always considered me unworthy of you, and she seizes every opportunity to tell me that.
Come on, don't be so harsh on her. Besides, I don't think the reason for her behavior has anything to do with you. Just relax.
Are you sure?
Of course, you're a sweet soul, and she'll get to love you just as much as I do. Just give her a little time.
I can do that. After all, I have endured so much from her just so we can be together. We have come a long way, and I can't afford to lose you.
Lose me? That's never gonna happen.
Lucy, we need to talk.
Hi, Jane. I've been trying to reach you all week. I hope that I haven't been disturbing you with my calls.
Whatever. I owe you no explanation.
It's so obvious that you're bottling up a lot of stuff, and I think it has to do with me. You're mad at me, aren't you? Why won't you just tell me what I did to upset you?
You lied to me and my son.
I did? When was that?
You never said you had a record.
A record? What are you talking about, Jane?
Don't play dumb with me. I'm talking about your criminal record. Why didn't you say you were once in juvie? You spent days in jail because you were caught shoplifting and driving under the influence.
OMG, that was a long time ago, during my teenage years. We thought we were just having fun. It was all pranks back then, but now I know better. I don't live that life anymore.
Once a criminal, always a criminal, Lucy. How could you keep that part of your life a secret from us?
Us? I didn't keep it a secret. Alex knows about my past. I told him everything about me.
He knew who you were and still went on a date with you? You are such a liar.
I made some stupid decisions as a kid, and I paid the price, but all that is in my past now.
Okay, can you also explain the part where you slept with different guys when you were only 16?
That's not true. I need you to trust me. Someone is trying to tarnish my image.
Why would anyone want to do that? Maybe they have a good reason to? Anyway, what matters is that I will not be foolish enough to take a criminal and an easy girl as a daughter-in-law. You're done with Alex, okay?
What do you mean?
You are not getting married to him.
What? You can't be serious.
Watch and see.
Jane, can I come over so we can talk better in person?
No mother will allow her son to marry a criminal. This conversation is over.
Jane, please don't do this. Jane! Please talk to me. You have been ignoring my calls. Jane?
OMG, you are such a menace. I thought I made it pretty clear we want nothing more to do with you.
What did you tell Alex? His number has not been going through, and I've been calling him since yesterday. Is he okay? I'm so worried.
You don't need to be. He blocked you.
What? That's not true. Alex would never do that. Our wedding is tomorrow. He has no reason to block me.
Girl, wake up from your dreams. I asked him to choose between the two of us, and he chose me.
I don't believe you. I trust Alex. Please stop ruining what we have. Alex deserves to be happily married.
What are you talking about? Alex is still getting married.
OMG, you scared me. I need to go now, so I can resume the rest of the wedding arrangements.
You are such a dumbo. I didn't say he's getting married to you. Tomorrow is still his wedding day, but someone else will be his bride.
What? Someone else? How on earth did you find someone to replace me so quickly?
I found a good girl. One that doesn't lie, and one that can take good care of my son. She will be an upgrade from the criminal that you are.
And what does Alex have to say about this?
Nothing so far. I plan to surprise him.
Surprise? Are you saying he doesn't know that there will be another bride tomorrow?
Of course he doesn't. She'll be wearing a veil, and he won't know you're not the one under it until he flips it. And what a beautiful shock that will be.
OMG, you are going to really hurt your son. Do you even care about him?
I am saving him from you. The new bride will be a wonderful girl. I am sure he will get over you very quickly.
Get over me? I thought you said he blocked me and chose you over me.
Well, not exactly. I deleted your number from his phone, then saved a fake number with your name. So when he tries to call you, it won't go through. The same way you can't reach him. I also told him that you didn't want to communicate until the wedding day, so that you guys miss each other a lot, and the event is more exciting.
Jeez, how can you go to such lengths? You are causing us so much pain.
Just shut your mouth. What do you know about pain?
Who is the new bride?
You probably know her. Her name is Dina.
Dina Myers? Are you for real?
Does it look like I am kidding?
Seriously, you are choosing her over me. I bet she was the one who told you about my time in juvie. You accuse me of being a criminal, but Dina is even worse.
She's nothing like you. Besides, she didn't actually steal like you. She was framed.
Is that what she told you? I know Dina. She has always been jealous of me and has always wanted what I have. But I'm not letting her take Alex from me. She is just using you.
No one is using me. The wedding will happen tomorrow and you are not invited. I would prefer it if you don't contact me again.
This is not the end, Jane. I promise. Dina, what did I ever do to you?
What are you doing in my DM, Lucy?
You and I know you don't love Alex. So why are you doing this? Why are you spreading lies about me?
Because I hate you. Simple as that. I hate you even more than I did while we were in juvie. You are always acting saintly, as if you were cut from a different cloth, but you are just as bad as the rest of us.
I never claimed I was any better.
But you act like it. Sadly, many people don't see you for what you truly are. You are a cunny and you are a pretender. That little trick of yours is exactly how you got the inmates and prison wardens to like you despite being a shoplifter.
It's not my fault that people like me. Besides, the shoplifting was all your idea. I only followed you because you begged me to. I was actually stupid enough to think we were just having fun. You promised me that you would return the items, but you never did. Next thing I knew, the police was at my doorstep, because the CCTV had caught our faces. And what's the gist about me doing stuff with different men at the age of 16? That's what you did, not me.
Whatever. I will not stop until I take Alex from you. Do you even know how easy it was to turn Jane against you?
That is no feat. She didn't like me from the get-go.
There you go again, downplaying my efforts. You would never admit that I won something.
Won? Has this always been a competition? Whatever this is about, I won't let you ruin my relationship. Mark my words.
The wedding is tomorrow. There's nothing you can do about it.
We'll see.
I have to go now. There's a beautiful dress my mother-in-law wants to show me.
Enjoy the moment while it lasts.
Lucy? Come on, Lucy. I know you're reading this. Answer me.
What is it? You're blowing up my phone.
I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to.
Oh, did you mean to try to steal my husband, though? Unfortunately, that didn't work out so well for you. Or did it?
What you did took some guts. I didn't know you had it in you.
Guts? It didn't take guts to crash my own wedding. I did what had to be done. It was so beautiful seeing the shock on your face when I walked into the venue wearing my beautiful flowing gown.
Fine, I admit it. You won. It's obvious you guys love each other. And the way Alex pushed me to the ground was really epic.
Oh, just shut up. That is not why you're here. What do you want?
Can you drop the charges against me? Please? How can you sue me for $5,000? Where can I get that?
Get it from whoever or whatever gave you the guts to try to ruin my wedding and lie about me.
I wasn't thinking clearly, okay? I'm sorry.
It's too late for that.
So you can't forgive me?
Forgive you? You tried to humiliate me on my wedding day. You told terrible lies against me and caused me lots of pain. You need to pay for emotional damages.
Come on, Lucy. I made a mistake and I'm sorry. Lucy?
Lucy, dear, how are you doing? How long are you planning to stay mad at me?
Forever, Jane.
Haven't I been punished enough? Alex refuses to talk to me, and you are ignoring my texts and calls.
We want nothing more to do with you.
Come on. You can't say that. I made a mistake, okay? Can we move past that?
How can we move past the fact that you tried to swap me out of my own wedding? You deceived me and your son. Alex is very disappointed in you. How could you do that to your son, all because of your selfish interests? We also know that you won't stop trying to separate us, so it's best we part ways.
I won't ever do that again.
Well, we gave you enough time to change your ways. Ever since I met you, you've never approved of me or whatever I did. I was never good enough. I was either working too much or not working hard enough. I tried so hard to please you, but not anymore. I'm done having you decide how I live my life.
Lucy, don't take my son away from me. I can't live without him. I will be so miserable.
You should have thought about that before you went ahead to break his trust. Besides, I don't make decisions for him. He also decided he wants nothing to do with you anymore. I'm done with this conversation.
Can I at least speak to my son? Just tell him I would like to hear his voice. Lucy, don't do this to me, please. Lucy.
Alex and I moved to a different city and we made every moment count. It felt really good to be away from Jane and her toxicity. As for Dina, the court judged in my favor and she paid for damages. Later on, Jane paid some girl to start flirting with Alex on Facebook, but he didn't fall for her tricks and she eventually confessed. A year later, Alex and I welcomed our sons and we are living our best lives.